What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Man, I get hyped every time I talk about this coin, man. I really love this coin. I like the community. You guys are awesome. You're all over the place, all of you. Some of you are kind of dicks. Some of you are really sweet, and just we have creatures of all walks of life. And to the dicks, I'm not insulting you. I am praising you. I love my I don't know how to phrase that, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, so anyways, ignore that weird clap I just did. Don't worry about that. Let's see, from top to bottom here, you guys. Let's see here. Yep, we broke below the 382. We did it. We broke below it. We definitely did. But we have not been showing any respect on this 382, have we? No respect at all. No respect, I tell you. Like literally, none. So is it possible that we could have a higher low here, not be showing respect on the 382, closing below it, whatever, and still be fine? I think it's possible. Let's see if we can find other things that might merit this possibility. Looking at the daily RSI, we have a lower low in the RSI. We have a higher low in the price. That is hidden bullish divergence is what that is. Now, generally speaking, whenever you look at the RSI and you're in the overbought zone like this, and you break out of it, you go below the 50, generally you do see the RSI go to the oversold zone before turning up again, right? We're very close to that. Here we are in the bearish area of control below the 40 right now. I think that right now the ball is in the bear's court for sure. But we found support in a very significant level, you guys. This was the area to watch, in my opinion, right here. And we actually bounced right off, right above it here. It's kind of crazy, But to be fair, that happened yesterday. Here we are in the new day. It's 19 hours left in the day. That happened about 5 hours ago, right? So we have more than enough time to continue to go down and prove that, that this bounce isn't shit at all and that we are going to continue to go lower. I am excited. I do think that this looks bullish for now. It's a little bit hopeful, I should say. But this RSI is the one thing that has me kind of withheld. Yes, we have this hidden bullish divergence, lower lows in the RSI while having higher lows in price. But we had this very nice kind of like upward wedge. We finished it with a double top. We were in the overbought zone. We came down below the 50, broke out of this ascending trend line right here. I would very much expect, like just looking at this, I would say there's a very high likelihood that we'd go into this oversold zone, if not bounce right off it, right? You can see Bitcoin Cash does at times bounce right off it, bounce right above it, whatever, and even go into it. So, go into it. And with the way that it looks right now, in my opinion, there's a strong chance that we'll go down there. I was looking earlier, I was trying to see, yeah, so like right here, to the same area. If I'm going to put a line, if I put a line right here, maybe I should delete all these circles first. The same area right here. We bounced off it before, and we ran all the way back up to the overbought zone before finally seeing the oversold zone. Let's just see what price did back then. All right, so that was over here. All right, so price ended up actually going higher, and then it went dramatically lower, right? And we actually continue to go down. I don't think we're in similar circumstances at all, but this does leave open the idea that we could go higher than our recent high. And then maybe from there we turn around, maybe we go lower than this low, maybe we don't. I don't think that we would necessarily have to have the same reaction in price where we drop all the way down like this. Maybe we do work our way down to the oversold zone. Maybe we don't, but there has been a time where we did break down. This time we broke out of a descending wedge in the RSI, and we found support on this line. Before going to the oversold zone, we actually had a higher high afterwards, right? So it is possible. It is possible. I don't know if there's any other examples of that, really. Something like that happening. I guess kind of here, right? And then you went back up. Kind of here, but we know Bitcoin Cash disrespects its 50 on the daily, so that's okay. Not really any other example, but that was, fairly recently. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. So again, the one thing that's holding me my reservations right now is this RSI. I think hope is a very appropriate word because hope implies doubt, and I'm definitely doubting that we will have some kind of reaction like we did previously here. The only thing that's giving me, besides the RSI giving me the doubt, the only thing that's giving me hope here is the way that we're reacting with the price. I would further believe that we might actually be getting some kind of bounce if we can continue to close days higher than this, especially if on a daily closing perspective we can close above this day here, and even more importantly, I think the 618. But if we can close above this day here at about 233, which is also kind of this previous, let's put a line right there, right? Let's see, right there. It's I'll take away this fib. Taking it away. Previous area of resistance, previous area of support, previous area of support back here, right? A little bit of resistance back here even maybe. Let's go back in time and just see. A little bit of resistance, not really in that area, but just like talking about the closing basis, it's not the wicks. Support, resistance, right? Kind of in the middle of nowhere's land, resistance. It's an area that's been respected before, okay? It's an area of somewhat of significance. So I think, especially relatively speaking, this was our highest daily close on a green candle. Actually, this was the highest daily close we've had since this drop because the daily close happened here and everything else has been below it. If we can close above that, then I think this would look very significant that this is a higher low and we're moving up for a higher high right here. Until then, any move up, really, I'm afraid, is just a potential lower high that could then send us lower. Okay, it's going to take a lot, and it's really not a lot for Bitcoin Cash, but a move that's like 10% up, 9% up, when we haven't really had days that are that big since I don't know when, man. Like, yeah, we haven't had a day that big in a while, but I mean, it can take multiple days to do that. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It might not happen at all, but if we were to have hope that this thing goes up and that this is a low, it's a higher low, and that we're going to continue marching up and we're going to have some kind of reaction like we did this previous time back here, where the price actually went to a higher high, and it had a just so slightly higher low, didn't it? It's very similar circumstances. But then, the reaction afterwards was not so good. I personally don't think that if we got this higher high that we would see a lower low like this. I mean, it's possible, but I really wouldn't expect that we'd see it like carry out like this. This was kind of in this area of accumulation where right now we're in it's different circumstances, right? We were kind of poised sideways and to the downside. Here we're poised kind of like crawling upwards, not even sideways really, and definitely not to the downside. So, I mean, right now we're moving to the downside, but all in all, there's definitely hope to the upside, but I won't be convinced that the drop is over until we close above here. Really, until we close above here. It'd be really sad if we went all the way up here, rejected it, and then went lower. Let's just see top to bottom. Yeah, because that is right around your 618, right? And going to your 618, 69 area is common for Bitcoin Cash, but also topping off right above your 0.5 like this is pretty common too. I've shown plenty of examples with that. So seeing a move like this is completely possible, and I would say it's even got a decent likelihood. It's probably more likely than it going up. I, however, have packed my bags for Bitcoin Cash. I am ready for this thing to go up. I'm probably not going to be buying any more unless we have some kind of absurd drop. If we get a drop, like I believe Smooth Operator is the one that's talking about it going all the way to 160. I forget what your name is on YouTube, but he has two different names. He's a man of many faces. If we get a low that comes down to this 160 area or even a lower low, I will find the capital to buy more. I've got other buy orders for other cryptos set up right now, so I might move things around for that because that would bring my overall average lower for Bitcoin Cash. But I don't know if we're going to get that. I really don't know if we're going to get that. So at the moment, back to what I was saying, I think my bags are packed. It can go a little bit lower from here. I don't care. I'm just going to wait it out and be ready for the upside. If it continues to go up from here, great. I'm bullish on that. But again, I'm not really expecting that. As bullish of a day as this was and as bullish as I want to be, I feel like you can hear it in my tone from the beginning. It's a very hard to say. There's definitely potential that this could be the low. I just don't feel confident in calling it that yet. We're not out of the woods yet. To be fair, we're below this purple line, the 123 moving average. If we take this and we do a 123 on the RSI, very long-term RSI, we are above the 50. And generally speaking, when you're above the 50 on your long-term RSI, but you go below the purple line, it's a good time to buy. It's a good time to buy. It's a good time to buy, maybe. So that's another thing that's bullish for us, going for us. But again, as far as this 382 closing below it, being below it goes, I'm not too worried about it. That's not what scares me. What scares me most, truly, what has me thinking, no, that was not at all what I wanted. Let me see. The thing that scares me most is this 10 RSI on the daily, because this look overall, taking the price out of it, I would say with a very high likelihood we're going to see this oversold zone, and that would imply lower prices somewhere down, I would think, below $200. Here we are sitting at about 214. So conflicting things in the charts. If I had to, and I am a betting man, if I had to bet one way, even though I've packed my bags and I have bought everything I want to buy with Bitcoin Cash, I'm like full in on it right now, right? I would say it's going to go lower. That's my genuine interpretation. There is hope that it might not, but hope is all we have, you guys. So let's just see. Let's see if we can, in fact, close above this day. If we can, then that hope has been realized, and we likely will go to new highs from here. Not like new all-time highs, but like a new high from there, right? And continue this little march upwards that we're having. But if not, down we go. Down we go. So that's all I got for you guys. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you all for coming. Shout out to the Dragon Riders one last time, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.